So today's add-on of choice is the Mob Farm in a Blocks add-on. This was created by Edu Elfie. Priced at 660 Minecoins, which is £3.29, this add-on is $4. The description says, this add-on allows you to trap mobs from the Overworld, Nether, and the End in nets, and place them in farms to harvest their drops. It also has 8 different upgrades that you can use to make the farms faster, automated, and to give more loot per growth cycle. This item can be applied to any world, new or existing, and transforms your Minecraft experience. So kind of like farming pots, but apart from it being things like your crops, it's actually related to all of your mobs. A lot of you were interested in this, so was I. Let's check it out. The add-on file size is 2 megabytes. It took a while to get going with today's add-on, but once I did figure this out, I was pretty impressed. This is very survival friendly and very progression based. Once you do have this installed in a new or pre-existing world, you are going to be given the Mob Farm in a Block guidebook. If you open up the guidebook, it says, congratulations, you just made collecting mob drops a whole lot easier by adding the Farm in a Block add-on to your world. However, note, if you lose this book, don't worry, you can craft it again with a stone weight and a book. Don't worry, I'll show you guys how to make this. And then further down, it says, and I like this, if you don't want all the details, it all starts with string and cobblestone to create your first net. Good luck. So it doesn't put pressure on you to learn it straight away. It basically says get out there and gather yourself some cobblestone and get out there and gather yourself some string. So this is going to be the weight. In order to make this, you are going to need 5 cobblestone, open up a crafting table, and this is simply how you make it. You do get 64 in return, which I thought was pretty helpful. Once you have these and have yourself a little bit of string, you will then be able to make yourself the first capture net. So tap on craftable and we have the passive mob net. Now we can get out there and capture one. If I just walk up to a mob like a sheep, right tap on it, as you can see, it's now been captured in a cage. Now, quite important with this though, because there are different levels of nets. If I was to try and capture an aggressive mob, like a husk, for example, it's simply not possible because it's an incompatible net. Now you can learn a little bit more about this at the bottom in getting started. So step 1, we've just done this. I've just explained it. Get the cobblestone, get the string, make yourself some weights, and make yourself the net. Further down, it says crafting this net will unlock the recipe for the passive mob farm and passive water mob farm, as well as more advanced type of nets. So there is going to be different levels of nets in order to catch hostile mobs, nether-related mobs, and end-related mobs. But first, let's start with the very basic farm. So in order to craft this, and you're going to need a lot of redstone repeaters and comparators in this, you're also going to need birch and hay bales for this one in particular. Open up a crafting table. If you don't see it, you can see the passive mob farm. Place this down. Place this on top, which I think that's been done correctly. I think. I hope. I hope. We'll have to grab a couple of these and just make sure that's done correctly. But you can also get yourself the water-based mobs as well. So if we was to craft this one, it needs panes, water, it needs gravel, and again, the redstone comparators and repeaters. You now have access to the water one. So it is starting to work. The sheep is going to grow very, very slowly. Then obviously at full growth, you will have the ability to harvest this. I placed down another one just to check. So that's really cool. So we need to go and catch ourselves some aquatic-based mobs. So I've been on my adventures, caught myself a salmon, a squid, a pufferfish. Also decided to grab myself a pig and a cow. I'm also gonna grab myself a chicken. Come on. There we go. We've now caught a whole bunch of them. I just want to go ahead and place these in their own respective farms as well. So we'll go 1, 2, and 3. So we'll put the chicken in here. It should start to grow in the middle, and you can see it just about starting to get much bigger. It's so cool the way this works. We have the pig, and we also have these. Now, I noticed they do teleport away, because I've seen the sheep over there before, but you can very just about see that the cow is growing. So is the pig. And so is the chicken. So we'll grab ourselves a few aquatic ones. We only need 3. 1, 2, and 3. Salmon goes in. Squid goes in. Pufferfish goes in. And these should grow very, very slowly, as you can see. So I'm guessing I have to right-click on this normally in order to harvest the materials, and it should start to grow again. Yes, so I got the wool, I got the raw mutton, but you can very clearly see the sheep is returning. It should be the exact same for this one as well. It's not fully grown, so you have to wait for them to be fully grown. My question is, though, do I just have to tap on them without having to actually use shears? I think you do. Yeah, you don't actually have to use the correct tool. So while they do their work, let's move on to the next capture levels. So this one's going to give us the ability to capture hostile mobs, I believe, in the overworld, as you can see here. And they go in stacks of 16, by the way. So if I was to summon something like a creeper, yes, you can go ahead and capture it. Hold on. Let's capture him. Oh, he was holding it and stole the creeper one. Try it again. We captured him. Let's go. So we could then go ahead. Oh, no, we can't go ahead and put it in this. So if I was to grab one of these, try and place this down, try and put this inside, it does not work. It needs a more protected farm, should we say. I'll show you guys how to make the nether base one. The recipes are somewhat similar throughout the whole entire add-on. So this means you could go ahead and capture anything that is inside of the nether. I'm going to grab 2 of these so we could capture ourselves. Oh, trapping failed. They escaped your net. Oh, so are they, is it saying that like it's not always guaranteed? Oh, that's something I did not know. Hold on 1 second. I need to see how this works. Let's grab all of these so they can escape. Is that what it's saying? Like no guarantee? I need to learn how the nether ones work then. Maybe they need like a stronger net. So I thought this might just be like hostile related ones. This looks like it has an RNG chance. Yeah, so you might end up spending so many of these. If I did / summon a piglin real quick. This one can take a little bit of time as well. You're not like always guaranteed to capture it. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so it's an RNG chance. It must mean that the things like blaze and stuff and the wither skeleton just must have like, hold on, / difficulty normal, must have such a rare chance to capture. Oh, he's going to kill me. Yo, that's so cool, though. I like the way this works. So you're not guaranteed it. You might have to grab a whole bunch of these. Yes, we finally got him. Okay. Okay, that's actually impressive. There is a blaze here, too. I'll try this. We can get him. Oh, I'm like, there we go. We managed to get him. There we go. Yeah, I am learning a lot about this. So yeah, this is really cool. I like the way it works. So this process should also work the exact same for your end related mobs. So if I was to go ahead and grab the ender pearls and the bars, this should give us the option to make the end related ones, which we can. How rare is a shulker going to be? How rare is he going to be? Come on. Let's get him. There we go. We managed to get him. So his projectile shouldn't get us. Obviously, we also do have ourselves an enderman. Apparently, these are meant to be really, really tricky to get. So, yeah. Keep trying with these guys. Keep trying. Although, I'm pretty sure the overworld ones might be able to work with this. But the enderman can be captured. He just bounces all over the place. There we go. We managed to get him. So we now have the enderman captured as well. Now we need to make the much better cages and farms to put them in. So I'm pretty sure this one's going to be the overworld version, which does need redstone comparator, repeater, a whole bunch of bars, iron block, and tinted glass. You can now make the overworld version. So if I was to place this down, I wanted to put a creeper inside. We can. Our creeper should and will eventually start to grow. So while I'm here, we did capture some more, didn't we? So we'll put down this, put that inside of there. Anyone else from the overworld? I'm curious. Can we put this inside of here? We can. So yeah, you can capture the enderman in 2 different places. Probably in all of them, to be honest, because it's a mob that bounces from each and every single dimension. The next one is quite interesting because we have to make ourselves a special tinted glass before we can make it. To make the special tinted glass, this is what you need. This then gives you the reinforced version. Inside of the reinforced will then give you the option to make, I think this is the nether base one. This gives you the hostile, is that water? Hostile water-based one, sorry, should we say. So if we capture something that's aggressive from water, that's where this is going to go. So I'm guessing things like drowned. Yes, the drowned is starting to grow, so they do have to be hostile in order for that to work. The next one is going to be related to the nether. As you can see here, all of these items are going to be needed. You need nether brick, the reinforced, the bars, and the redstone pieces again. Put this down. We could then go ahead and put a blaze inside of there. We'll grab a couple more of these because we do have a few of these. So we'll go this on here. We'll put another one short. We'll go with a skeleton, and we'll also go with a piglin. They're all going to grow. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And then last but not least, we do have the nether related one. However, this is going to require a cage first. So to make yourself a cage, you need amethyst blocks, end crystals, bars, reinforced tinted glass, and some pearls. Once you have enough of these, you're then able to make yourself the end related one. So you can see how it's very progression based and what I was talking about at the start of this video. But you earn it. You have to earn it. And I know you guys are going to say, hey, Echo, what about the Ender Dragon? If I go to game mode C and we type in, let's go to end, you can see here we do have Enderman, but I don't think you can capture the dragon from my understanding. Now it's time to get into the upgrades. Open up your guidebook and scroll down to upgrades. Now it says here, there are 4 broad upgrade types: speed, loot, auto harvest, and player kill. Basically, it's just going to speed up the process from 5 minutes to 2.5 to 75 seconds to 25 seconds. Looting has 3 levels. Again, each increasing the amount of drops you can get. Auto harvest upgrade, it does say, automatically harvest the mob drops when growing. Note, items must be hoppered out of the farm. So we'll have to test how that works. And then player kill as well. It says the player kill upgrade gives the chance that the mob will drop player kill only items when harvested, including XP bottles. So I'm not going to show you guys how to make all of them, but I will show you that you do need a special material. You are going to need wires. I actually thought these were worms at first. So to make them, to make the copper one, you just need copper. To make the gold one, the recipe's slightly easier and stranger. And once you have enough of these, we don't need all of them. In fact, I think we need 4 of each. Anyway, if you open up a crafting table, you're able to make the blank upgrade. On its own, doesn't typically do anything, so it needs to be combined with all of these. I'm not showing you the recipes, guys. They're pretty easy to understand. Just go ahead and open up your crafting table. So we do have here the auto harvest upgrade. In fact, I'll grab all of these. So this is going to be level 1. This is going to be level 2 for looting, level 3. We also have level 1 for kill. We have the speed versions as well. So I'm going to change my game mode to creative here. Let's start to speed these up. So this one, I think you need to attach a hopper, but I need to understand what they mean because they were saying something different. It did say we do need it, but how does it work? So let's go to hopper. I think how this works is rather than it being directly attached, you have to do it all the way around because these items will kind of just bounce away. So if I was to grab the auto again, right? Tap on this as an upgrade. It adds a hopper, by the way, and tells you it's been added. So if I was to go ahead, just make this area a little bit bigger here. Grab myself a chest like we did before. Like this. Come on. There we go. I'm going to grab a bunch of hoppers that will go into this. So I think the items kind of burst out. So this should all be linked together. So I'll see which one works. That might well work. This one might well work as well. But we will test and we shall see. We'll also go ahead and speed up the upgrades with these in terms of the actual speed itself. So speed 1, speed 2, and speed 3. And if you tap on this, you can see it's got a better speed, a higher level, and then the highest. But can you just go straight to this one? If I was on the first one, can I go straight to tier 3? Yeah, you can. So this is the fastest. I'm going to do a higher level on this one. Come on. As you can see, he's growing. It's really weird to see. It looks like he's getting closer and closer to you. I'm just curious on his drops. Because we have the hopper attached. It went instantly inside of there. That's how it works. Okay, so you don't have to have it the way I had it. Starting to grow. I'll have to see this as well. We'll watch this one grow. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different upgrades. And the cool thing about this, and I'm just going to clear out my whole entire inventory here and grab the upgrades so we have more of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one also includes looting. So if you apply the looting, you just get more drops, I believe. Kill upgrades. And then we've got the speed on this one. So that one's fully maxed out. These are all active. That's active. Sword and hopper is also active. We'll do the exact same on this one. Okay. And that one as well. That one's maxed out. All the items should go inside of here. And yeah, you end up getting the XP that you would get. So it's a great way to get bottles of XP, which I think is quite overpowered, personally. But you got to earn it, guys. You definitely got to earn it. And it is going to take you a little bit of time to get. There's the upgrade. And there is a... There we go. That's the other one we haven't got. And that's how you do it. And there's so many on offer. So let's go ahead and check out what we can get. Blaze, Bogged, Breeze. You can get Spider. All of these are able to be harvested. You can get a Ghast. I think most things that have mob drops you can get. There's also a couple of different tiers for magmas. Phantoms, Brutes. We're going to grab a Brutes. Pillages. I feel like Pillager would also be a very good one to have. I feel like Shulkers would also. We've already got one of them, though. Spiders straight. Ah, you can get a Warden. Now, that's intriguing. And I need to see this. If I go to Warden and I go to Nets, we're going to grab ourselves Hostile Overworlds. How long would this take? Surely this thing would take a very, very long time to capture, right? This thing would take forever to capture. So yeah, good luck with this one. Hostile Mob Overworld. Yeah, he really does not want to get inside of this. Okay, that took forever. In fact, what we'll do is we'll grab all of these and see how many that actually took. So that took 1, 2, 3, and nearly a half stack to get it. But yeah, it's just a great way to automate things. If you want to play like a modded experience, this is just how it's created. And I like the concept. I feel like this underground would be a really good concept combined with something like Stone Block, one of those custom maps that you can get. Is there going to be like a villager one? I don't think you can capture villages. Aha, you can't. So what about a wandering trader? You can get llamas. What else is there? Let's go to Elder Guardian. You can get Elder Guardian. So Elder Guardian would have to go into... Is it water-based ones? Let's see. That's passive, though. So it won't work. So it would have to go into the other one, which is the hostile one. Have to go inside of there. That's in. We'd have to go to a hostile one. So we'll have to go to hostile... The hostile overworld? They should have made a special one for the likes of wardens and stuff. The place... He's inside of there. Hostile overworld. We've got hostile. We need a nether. Another one for this guy. Hostile can go inside of there. Perfect. And then what we'll do is I'll once again max this out with all of the possible upgrades. So auto harvest, auto harvest, auto harvest, auto harvest, auto harvest. Max level, max level, max level, max level. And max sword as well. So you do get XP bottles. The warden will be a very, very interesting one. And obviously, we can max these out as well. So I'm going to set up our hopper with every single one of these and just see how powerful this might actually get. Every single one of these hoppers should end up with items inside of here. Yeah, very, very powerful. I think the XP front is. But like I said, guys, it's going to take you a little bit of time to get to here. Like a long time. So yeah, I was incredibly impressed with how everything works in this add-on. I feel like this combined with the likes of farming pots, if you just wanted to live underground, it's the perfect combination, honestly. So I think they did a good job. I think it's a good add-on. It's very progression based.